There's an epidemic spreading.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration recently released this graphic video.
It's not a parasite, not a virus, not an infection. It's vaping.
The video is part of a new public health campaign meant to scare teenagers away from the use of e-cigarettes, which the FDA says has reached epidemic proportions.
I use this word, epidemic, with great care. E-cigs have become an almost ubiquitous and dangerous trend among teens.
According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, e-cigarettes are the most used tobacco product among American teens. More than 2 million of them, or roughly 11% of high schoolers, say they have vaped at least once in the last 30 days. E-cigarettes were originally meant for adults looking for a safer alternative to smoking. Users inhale fewer toxic chemicals, but e-cigs often contain higher levels of nicotine. Health professionals are worried about the impact of nicotine on young growing brains. They are also concerned about the lack of information on other health risks.
What the long-term effects are going to be, we don't know, because they just haven't been around long enough. Remember, it took decades for us to figure out that ordinary cigarettes cause lung cancer.
The FDA will not tolerate a whole generation of young people becoming addicted to nicotine as a trade-off for enabling adults to have unfettered access to these same products.
The dominant brand among teens is Juul, which has a vaping device that looks like a flash drive. It also sells flavored pods that critics say are meant to appeal to kids.
The FDA recently seized documents related to Juul's marketing practices and has warned the lab and other makers and sellers if they can't keep e-cigarettes out of the hands of teens, some of their products may be pulled from the market.
Edelman thinks the best way to tackle the problem is for regulators to treat e-cigarettes like regular cigarettes.
If we taxed e-cigarettes the way we tax ordinary cigarettes, there certainly would be a reduction in the utilization of e-cigarettes. And it works best in children and teenagers.
Karina Huber, CGTN, New York.